Okay, so now it's time to sign up for your own Salesforce account. This will be a free account that you can keep for life. This is a fully functional enterprise level account of Salesforce and contains 2 user licenses. Salesforce provides these for end users to be able to become familiar with and trained on the Salesforce platform. But I do recommend that you go ahead and sign up for your own free account so that everything lines up correctly between what I'm demonstrating and what you should be able to see on your own screen. And that way you don't mess up your own production data in a real life Salesforce platform. Also, be sure to check the resources section of this lecture. I include a link to where you can go to sign up for this free account. So without further ado, let's get into signing up for that account. We need to get you signed up for a free developer environment for Salesforce. And to do that, you go to developer.salesforce.com/signup in your browser and fill out this form. And so on this form, there's sections for entering your first name, last name, email address, the role that you play, and you can select either developer, architect, administrator, IT manager, business manager, etc. We're going to leave that defaulted to developer. Don't get hung up with this being a developer environment. This is a free Salesforce environment that you can use for life and keep for life. There's no catch. The reason that Salesforce makes these available is because they actively are recruiting for and trying to get more developers on the platform and more administrators on the platform. And they understand that the way for people to learn their platform is to give them a free license. And so this free developer environment comes with 2 user licenses and then some additional licenses as well. This is not intended for production use, but for educational purposes. So once you know how to use the platform, you can then get a job and utilize your skills on a full-blown Salesforce instance. So for now, this is an environment that you can then work through the different exercises in this course. You fill in then the company name, your country, your postal code, and then really the thing that I want to highlight is this username field. Now this field needs to be in the form of an email address. It can be a different email address than what is in this email. And so this first email field is where Salesforce will email to for you to confirm your new Salesforce environment that we're signing up for here. Now, it's fine to go ahead and put the same email address here. The only caveat is if you already have a Salesforce account tied to your main primary email address, you need to specify something different for the username. So you may want to append, like if you have a Gmail address, for instance, and it's your name at gmail.com, you may want to append .study or .udemy or .whatever. And so, for example, what I'm saying is if your old account was your name at gmail.com, you can put a dot and then something else at the end of this. And so for sake of an example, I've got your name at gmail.com.demo. Now that's not a valid email address and you can't send email to there, but how Salesforce will be communicating with you is through this email address here. And so then this will be your username that you log in with. So bear in mind that you only need to add something additional on the end if your current email address is already used on an existing Salesforce account. I don't recommend that you go through this course using an existing Salesforce account, but start with one that's new, and that way you can work through the exercises and not have any potential conflicts. And so if you don't have a Salesforce account already, then just simply enter in your email address, check that you've read the agreement, and click Sign Me Up. So then once you have signed up, you should receive an email notification real quickly from Salesforce, and you simply click through that, and I will show that next as far as when you first click through what that looks like. So once you've submitted the form, you see this screen that appears that says that we're almost there. Please check your email to confirm your account. So next you'll want to check the email address that you specified in that email field on the previous form. Okay, so now I've checked my email, and here is the email that appears. The subject line will be your developer edition login information. And this is coming from Salesforce developers to the email address that you previously specified. It fills in your name here based on what you entered on the form. It says, welcome to your developer edition. Your username is below. And that would be the username that you log in with, which may be different than the email that you specified that you're receiving this email on. So you click on this link to log in. So now once you click through on the link from your email, it takes you to the change your password screen. It shows that the password must have at least 8 characters in length, have 1 letter and 1 number. And so you enter in your password here. Then you retype it to confirm the password. Then you answer a security question and click change your password. So now once you've changed your password, you're now logged into your new Salesforce account. And your first thing that you should see is a greeting showing welcome to the improved setup. We're going to go ahead and click no thanks here. So we just dismissed the tour of the interface because we'll be going through the interface thoroughly as we go through this entire course.